Hello everyone, Josh here with Exodus Network, bringing y'all another first impression video. Now, it's been a while since we've actually done one here, at least I have anyways, on the channel, and this is the newly launched Takt Symphony. Now, this game is a turn-based game, but it also has a lot of other interesting things that you can do within the game as well, because as you can see right here on your screen, or on my screen, or whatever, we can actually walk around in an overworld. We can interact with the NPCs. There's lots of dialogue. There's lots of story interaction. So if you are a very story-driven player, this game is probably going to be right up your alley. Now, me personally, I don't like to mix up a lot of story-driven gameplay with my turn-based, right? I just want to be able to get into the action and fight. I want to strategize, team build, and do things of that nature more than actually walk around and interact with the environment, doing puzzles, or doing any other little task, or completing different quests and stuff like that, because I like games like that, but I like to keep those games separate. I don't like to really mix them together. So that's just kind of a personal gripe for me. Now, I'm not going to use that against this game when I give my overall grade, so I just want to kind of add some context and kind of explain where I'm coming from on a personal level with a game like this. It's just not really my cup of tea when it comes to the overworld and running around. I had the same issues with Heroica. I had the same issues with a game like Star Rail, where it's very story driven, and a lot of people out there, they do love story driven games. I personally just like to keep my story driven games separate from my more action oriented games like turn based. So that's just me though, personally. You guys and gals may obviously disagree. Let me know what you think about that in the comment section below. However, with that said, I will give them credit. The actual overworld looks very, very good. I mean, look at the sheen on that floor. It looks really, really good. The reflection is so nice. The character models, obviously, I'm not the biggest chibi fan. As a lot of you know, if you've been following the channel for a long time, I am not a fan of chibis at all. Thankfully, when you get to the actual combat, the gameplay itself, the characters get upgraded to SD. What I mean by SD is it's kind of in between full art characters and chibis. So at least they get elevated a little bit there, graphically speaking. Now, with the game being very story driven, you will have to go in this overworld quite often to complete a lot of tasks and to talk to a lot of NPCs and stuff like that, pick up new quests and things like that along the way as you complete through story mode. So that's definitely going to be a big thing. If that's not for you, obviously, this might not be a game that you want to jump into. But again, if you are a story-driven player, you like turn-based, you like being able to build teams and stuff of that nature, fight bosses, and then go explore the world, you are going to probably enjoy Takt. Another thing, too, is if you're a big fan of the anime, you're probably also going to like this game. I did not watch the anime at all. It's just not my cup of tea. So I'm not as familiar with a lot of you maybe with these, particular characters and what their origin stories are and how they kind of all come together to make up the Takt Symphony universe. So I just want to kind of give you guys all that information. Now, with that said, let's start talking about a little bit, of the UI, the artwork, the animations, the gameplay itself, and give my overall grade at the end out of 10, as we always do. And let me know what your all's grade is in the comment section below. I'll be sure to read as many as I can, maybe even reply to a few of you out there. So let's go ahead and get into it. So down here, we have the training plan level 1. It's kind of like this game's battle pass. So that's cool. There is a battle pass in the game. We also have, obviously, your gift box. This is your monthly sign-in. And then you have the questionnaire survey, which you can complete to, of course, pick up some rewards. I don't know why I thought that was a gift box. I think it's a present box. That was kind of throwing me off. And then we have the actual banners. Now, this is where we're going to go in and do your summons. I believe Gherky might be making a reroll guide in which, what units to kind of target. Spoiler alert, it's going to be about 15 minutes or so, give or take, to reroll. And you're probably going to want to go into this raid up for the Walker. She seems like an incredible hero. I also heard some good things about Swan Lake too, so he might mention that. I'm not sure. But definitely Walker is amazing. She's an incredible tank. She does a lot of good stuff for your team. She even has passive healing that she can provide you. And she also has a defense down and good single target damage. So this is going to be a very well-versed hero. He'll probably talk more about that if he does indeed do the reroll guide. But that is where you summon. That's where you do your pulls. And then down here, we're going to go ahead and jump right into the story mode. You have your stamina at the top. We currently have 156 out of 150 stamina. So they give you quite a big pool of stamina to work from the beginning of the game, which is very nice. Obviously, we don't know how that's going to kind of adapt later on You know, our harder stage is going to start costing a ton of stamina. Other content going to cost a ton of stamina. I'm not entirely sure. We won't be able to get to all that in today's video, but at least you have an idea of kind of what you're working with from the base level. So that's where we're going to go into story. We'll do that when we cover the gameplay. Up here in the top right, we have, of course, our character information. We have our conducting level, level 4 currently. EXP required, 3 out of 48. Our ID, our nickname, Exis. And from what I can tell, I don't know how many times you can do it, but I can change my name again for free. I don't know if you can just keep doing it, you know, infinite amount of times for free, or if you can only do it a limited amount of times and they start charging you. I also don't know if nicknames are, you know, allowed to be, you know, reused if you're like re-rolling or making other accounts, because some games, they actually limit, you know, your nickname to one time ever on the server, and sometimes they're actually using your unique ID instead, to where you can just, the whole game could be called Exis if they wanted to, because they're actually using your ID and not your nickname. Some games do it the other way around. So again, I'm not entirely sure on that. You can also put in a little bit about yourself there, your signature, whatever. You got 40 characters to work with. You got your outstanding music art. I guess you kind of like your favorite characters you can set up down here. Your music art collection, I have 14 out of 25. Main story progression, we're at chapter 1-3. Dungeon, no record of dungeons yet. And achievement progress, we have 0 out of 450. So there's that. We have the Walker's Blade, win 20 battles in total. The blade points in direction of peace and justice. So you got to do these to unlock all these individual pieces. They have little achievements there that you have to clear to get them. It's going to take you a long time for a lot of those, it looks like. Oh boy. But anyway, that's that. And now we have the music art. This is where your characters are actually going to be. Right now you can see Destiny. This is kind of like the MC of the game from what I can tell so far. You get her for free. You also get Twinkle Star for free. You get Carmen for free. Carmen, I don't know if she's wearing panties. If she is, wow. Okay. And then we have Jupiter. I believe these are all 4 characters that they give you for free at the game at the start. I'm not sure if you get, you know, any other heroes along the way or not, but those 4 are for sure 100% free to play that you get. Some characters that I've already pulled are the Nutcracker. Very nice. Bolero. We have Air on the G. Air on the G string. And when I first saw that name, that was not the G string that I was thinking of. They're thinking of G string in a musical manner. I was thinking of it of something a little bit darker. So Air on the G string, and apparently she's also the class Stalker. So very nice. Very nice. She's a stalker, and her name is G string. You can't make these things up. We also have Daphne's and Chloe. I have Pomp and Circumstance. We have Free Shooter. We have Campanella. We have Arceline, Summer, and Autumn. And some of these names I might have messed up the pronunciation. Again, I don't follow the anime, so I never actually listened to any of these characters' names actually being said, per se. You can also tell quickly if a hero is a 1-star, 2-star, or 3-star. Technically, they're diamonds. I don't know why they're called stars. They should be technically diamonds. Because if you look down here in the bottom left where I'm clicking, if you can see on your screen, right there in the bottom left of where Autumn's name is, you'll see that she has 1 diamond, which means she's a 1-star hero. Whereas we have a hero like Jupiter that is 2-star hero. And then, yeah, and I don't have a 3-star hero at this time. But if it was 3, you would see 3 diamonds. There would be 1 right here where this one's missing, and it'd be 3 for you. So there's that. You can also upgrade these heroes using the upgrade material. I'm going to level up. It'll give you an on-screen notice as well if you're actually using more EXP than needed to level up. So you can maybe use a lower tiered currency, so you're not kind of like spending more of your higher tier ones to over-level somebody. Again, we already talked about this is their class information. This is their faction that they belong to. You can see here, these are the characters of the same faction and Eternity as well. So there you go. Jollity and Eternity. All right, let's back out of there for a moment. What else do we need to go over here? So Memories is currently locked. We might have to come back to that. Battle Simulation, Commission Battle, and Expedition. So Story Mode, we already talked about that. Score Room, again, this is where you go to do your pulls. This is your summons, your current banners. Okay, also, while we're here on the banners, you can actually click here. Let's go back to Walker. You can go in here, and you can actually kind of see what the character looks like at max stats, which is level 60 currently. So you can see all the information that you need to know, where HP, stamina, all that good stuff is. You can even look at the attributes, look at all the base stats, and then you can look at the skills and see what the skills do individually. And as we already kind of mentioned briefly, she's a very, very strong tank that provides healing, defense down, single target damage. She just kind of does a lot of good stuff for your team. And I've heard a lot of good things from her from players who played her in the CBT. Down here, we also have how the raid up banners work. So this is a raid up banner, the one that we're currently on right now with Walker. They're called melodic score readings. It will grant you a 2-star or above music art, which is a hero, every time you do a 10 pull. The actual pity is 75 pulls. And when you hit pity, or if you pull a 3-star hero, it's a 50-50 chance the first time around that it's going to be the raid up music art hero. If it is not the raid up, the next time around will be guaranteed, and then when that happens, the whole process resets. The chance to pull a 3-star hero will go up by 0.5% per pull, starting from the 44th pull, I'm sorry, the 45th pull to the 74th, because the 75th obviously is a guarantee. So it's not a bad pity system at all, if I'm being honest. It's all going to depend, obviously, on how many pulls they actually give you in the game throughout. Now, you get like 40, 50, no, I'm sorry, you get like 50 or 60 pulls at the start of the game, and that's before you start like using coupons or anything like that, or any gift cards, rather. Gift codes, my apologies. And down here, you can even see the rates, 1.5 to 2.5, 9 to 13.7 for 2, and a 1-star is 89.5 to 83.78. Now, my problem that I'm seeing here is the 1-star's base value, the base pull rate is a little bit too high for my liking. Like 1.5 is okay. That's kind of standard right now. You know, a lot of games are 1 to 2% usually now for games that don't have what I would say mixed gachas, like where they have weapons and gear mixed with characters. Since this is strictly just characters, 1.5 is pretty okay with me. I'm fine with that. I don't like that the 2-stars are only sitting at 9%, though. 9% seems a little bit too low. I'd like to see that bumped up to like 12 to maybe 15%, because 89.5, almost 90% for a 1-star at base is very, very high. This is just a material you'll get when you pull a dupe of a character. So there's that. And then you have the probability details. Again, the two rate-ups for this particular banner are the Swan Lake and Walker. So I just wanted to kind of get that information out there for a lot of you, in case you were wondering what the rates were and how the pity worked on rate-ups. Again, the pity sounds very good on paper. It's just going to all depend on how many pulls you actually get throughout playing the game. We have missions. You have your daily and your weekly. Pretty standard stuff there. Not going to really go into that very much. And then we have the shop. If you are wanting to look, you know, into spending a little bit of money for the game, they have a $5, not the Battle Pass, monthly pack. They have the trade shop, the recommended shop, the purchase shop. Obviously, if you want to buy those first-time packs, $99.99. The regular shop. So, I mean, you get the idea. And just, you know, all the different materials and stuff that you can purchase from there, obviously. And then we have announcements, mail, nothing really there to talk about. Then you have your storage, obviously your inventory. You have your consumables, your notes, your materials, your gift packs, and just all of it, you know, etc., etc. So now that we went through a lot of that stuff at the moment, let's go ahead and get into some gameplay now. So let's go to story mode. Let's go ahead and go into 1-4. First time clear. You're going to go ahead and pick up these Ecomons. These are basically your premium currency. Okay. And you can go ahead and skip. The skip is so funny because it's literally a fast forward. I feel like I'm using a VCR from back in the 90s. Like, what's going on here? And it's kind of funny, too, when you look at the characters and they're, like, spazzing out. It's kind of hilarious. Look at that. That's hilarious. And one thing I will say, though, it's very unfortunate, but this is definitely one big negative thing that I do have to say right off the bat before we get into the actual gameplay. The background artwork actually looks incredible on some of the scenes in this game. Like, they look so high quality. Some of the best that I've seen in games this year. Not just gachas, not just turn-based, but games in general. They have some really beautiful artwork and illustrations that they are putting on full display in this game. And it's unfortunate that when you get into the overworld and you're walking around as a chibi, or if you're getting into the gameplay and the characters are SD and not full arts, it just goes to show that this game had a really strong, design team that had lots of potential. And when it came to the actual parts that really mattered, they kind of flopped a little bit for me, because they could have easily made these characters full artwork. And if it could have matched even, I mean, look at this artwork. It looks very good. And this isn't even just a flat, PNG or JPEG illustration. This is an actual animated character on screen during dialogue scenes, during story scenes. This is something that they could have used in the actual gameplay. Like, full art characters like this that had that much attention to detail would have looked very good. Now, there is one thing that we are going to be harping on here very soon about animations. When we get to that here very soon, it's not going to be good news there either. But yeah, half the game looks incredibly beautiful. The other half just does not look too good. Like, that's basically more or less what I'm getting at here. Okay, we're going to skip that. Clear the main story, chapter 1. Something. I missed it. Okay. And I guess we're back to... Okay. Oh, we unlocked battle simulation. Okay, now we're doing tuning. So we're going to go ahead and do scale. We're going to go ahead and do this. Activate. 82k gold. That's more or less what that is. It's gold. Okay, we're going to go back to home. Okay. Sorry, guys and gals. My apologies. I thought the next thing that we were going to be doing was some more gameplay, but apparently we are back into the story aspect of the game. We've unlocked the battle simulation. Let's go see what that's all about. Maybe it'll still have some gameplay in it. I'm assuming, like, when I hear the word, battle, what is this? Obtain new keyword. Okay. So this is just one of those things where you got to walk around on the map, ladies and gentlemen, and you're going to find stuff. Again, it's one of those games. It's going to be utilizing that overworld quite a bit. It looks like we've got another item up there as well. We're going to go and skip this. Okay. We're going to go up there and grab that. Twinkle star. Okay. Marietta. Welcome, conductor. I am Marietta, a tactical music device of Symphonica. There we go. You can call me Marietta. Okay, I'm just going to skip all that. Battle simulation. Let's check it out. Oh. The virtual environment. The goal is to lead the music art step by step to decipher the mechanisms generated in the VR environment. Reach the endpoint and then proceed to the next level. Okay. Okay. Let's go through this. I thought this was just going to be something like we just go in and we just fight. And it looks like we do get a pull here as well when we clear this. Those paper things that have like the rainbow design going on the very bottom, those are actual pulls in the game. One of those equals one summon. Oh, we actually have to walk around an overworld to do this. Okay. Wow, we're walking extremely slow. Like, very, very slow. Do we need to go up here and do anything? Let's see. Investigate. We're going to skip. Okay. Oh, boy. Hey, we got a fight up there. Let's go check that out. Okay. Skip this. All right, let's go. I don't know why we're walking like a turtle right now. All right, we're moving a little bit faster now. What is this? Doesn't look like it does anything. When you step on this button or anything? No. Okay, I guess let's keep going. Got a red orb. Is this something to help us open that door? Pick up. Oh, we put that over there. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this was not the gameplay that I was going to show you yet, but hey, at least this shows a little bit more of what it's like to do these small puzzles, these little obstacles and stuff of that nature. And that is indeed what we had to do. Okay, cool. So you're seeing a little bit more of the overworld and how it works in this game. Can we, like, go over here and open this chest or anything? Oh, we can. Investigate. Investigate again. Alright, now we're up to the chest. Let's open the chest. Open the chest and find my heart. Ladies and gentlemen. That's the quickest way to someone's heart. Through the chest. Okay, so now we got another little puzzle. I just want to get to a fight so we can end the first impression, because that's really all that I have left to really showcase in this video. Oh wait, I grabbed it, but how do we move it? I was gonna say. Okay, cool. And then boop. It would have been so much help. It would have been more helpful if my character would walk a little bit faster. It's like he's being weighted down by tons of bricks or something. He's walking in cement. So we're gonna put our team here. I really have not looked at all the characters to see what kind of team is ideal. So we're just gonna throw some random characters in here in random order. I'm sure I'm building the best team ever created right now. I'm just kidding. This team is probably terrible. So let's go in there and let's do the battle. We got 2x speed now unlocked. We did not have that earlier when I was playing the game. Before I made the video, so that's cool. There is 2x speed. We have our turn order over here on the left side. We have the enemy in the front row and the back row. We have our characters in the front line and characters in the back row behind them. We have the real-time report, the intel overview. You have your settings here, your image quality. You can turn that all. If you turn, spoiler alert, if you turn your image quality to anything different, it will ask you to reset the game. So keep that in mind. Probably not ideal to do that during a fight. What else we have up here? So we have the helpful tooltip for using skills. We have stamina bar. We have the action spot 1, the action spot 2, the damage type. We have the tuning system, which is kind of like, I guess, their elemental system, I'm assuming. We have the tuning system type 2, tuning system 3, stamina, and domain introduction. Field activated, open field to activate field. So I wonder if the field has like some kind of buff or something. That's interesting. Okay, so can we click the enemies? Oh, we can click the enemies. Nice. So we can see the enemy's HP for this one is Celestial Toad. 162 HP. Skill. He has 1 skill. Emits noise energy, dealing damage equal to 120% of units' physical attack to the foremost target. And I do appreciate they actually have the damage modifiers. Outer plane. Wink, wink. Where are those at? So there's that. And then this enemy here is 93 HP. Those are his base stats. Speed 74. See, I like it when games actually show me all this information in battle. Oh man, you know, it gets my analytical juices flowing. Okay, his buff right now is physical damage taken minus 50%. So if you are fighting him with physical damage dealers and not magical damage dealers, you're going to be doing 50% less damage. Okay. And then his skills. He's got a physical, he's got a protection, and he's got a passive. Okay, cool. So we're not going to spend too much time on all that. All right. And then we have our character skills down here. Like this character here, we got our physical skill, which you can see what it is there. There's the other one. And then just the basic attack. So, and we're just going to go and do this. And obviously, we picked physical damage dealers on an enemy that absorbs physical damage. Oh, of course we did. So I'm not sure if we can even beat this. What is this debuff? Okay. Okay, sure. Why not? Oops, did not mean to do that. Alright. Actually, we're going to start targeting the guy in behind. I think that's what we should do. Well, never mind. He lost his buff. So, maybe we could just keep beating him down. What buffs do we have? Okay. And then this one. Speed. Okay, alright. Okay, just attack. 46 damage. Can we even select the one in the back? No, we can't. So that's interesting. Because I did read that one of the heroes on the banner could actually penetrate through the first target and hit the second target. So I guess units like that will be very helpful if you're trying to get to enemies that are actually in the back row. Okay, makes sense. We got a cleanse. We don't really need that. Well, we're getting it. We're almost down halfway here on this guy. Almost. Like I said, I probably did not bring the optimal team for this fight at all. At all. Gonna keep attacking. One thing I do notice, now I do hope that there is an auto mode, because right now there is no auto in the game. Still, even with 2x speed, it still feels very sluggish. Let's go ahead and pop that. And no CGI, really, or anything like that for the ultimates. That's a bit unfortunate. And the animations, too, if you actually saw the animations, they felt very, very, excuse me, they felt very, very stiff. Kind of almost cardboard cutout type. And I didn't really like that either. We're back to slow walking. Okay, we opened our chest. And there we go. Okay. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is pretty much more or less what the game has to offer in terms of gameplay. You're going to be doing a lot of overworld walking around, exploring the game, exploring the story, and talking to a lot of NPCs, doing quests and stuff like that to kind of progress through the game. The game has obviously other modes available. We just don't have them all unlocked, of course, in the first impression. And another thing, you know, the gameplay itself, honestly, for me personally, it did not feel all that, you know, enjoyable, okay? Obviously, if I learned all the systems and stuff like that, all the quirks, I might enjoy it a little bit more. But just from a base level, just going in completely, you know, raw, not really playing the CBT or anything of that nature, it just feels sluggish. It feels very slow, even with the 2x speed. It felt slow. The animations, again, as I said, they felt like they're moving extremely stiff, like a cardboard cutout almost. The fact that they could have used full art over the SD or even the chibis in the overworld, because some of the other artwork is so beautiful and well done in the game. I gave it high praise earlier in the video. I just feel like they could have done a lot more with that. So this might not be a game for everyone. It's, for me personally, it's probably not a game that I'm really gonna, you know, pick up and play much more beyond maybe today's video. Gherky might cover it. I'm not sure. He may not either. We'll see, but he's going to try and bring you guys, I think he said he's going to try and bring you guys a reroll guide, reroll targets and stuff of that sort. But overall, this game to me feels like a 6 out of 10, okay? The UI is a bit clunky. The gameplay is very, very low quality, very poor to me compared to some of these other games that are out right now, and games that have even released recently in years recent. It's not something that I would personally want to play long term, especially here on the channel for you guys and gals. You know, I'm not going to beat around the bush. This is probably one of my, you know, worst rated first impressions that I've done in quite a while. And it's mostly just because the gameplay to me just feels so lackluster. And that's really what it all comes down to. A lot of other things in this game look actually really good. I feel like the pity system looks really strong. The artwork, in some areas of the game, especially the character artworks, when you're in the character menu, when you see some of the actual characters doing dialogue on screen, when you see some of the cool illustration backgrounds, all that looks beautiful. The animation is really lackluster. Cardboard, as we said, really stiff. The fact that they chose to go with chibis in the overworld, they went with SD characters in the gameplay, the dialogue and the menus are full art. It's like there was no clear art direction in this game. Another thing before we go as well, the music and the sound actually is really decent as well. So there's a lot of high points there. There's a lot of good value there. It's just when it comes down to the, you know, the gameplay itself, running around, doing the actual combat, I'm just not feeling it. But I feel like we've rambled on long enough. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, tick notifications, join us in the Discord in the description below as always. And of course, follow us on Access Network, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Until then, peace.